How's it gaming, guys? I'm PhilInTheBlanks and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright. Rise from the Ashes. We just got the resignation letter from Edgeworth. Excuse me. Probably it's Angel Star, I'm assuming? Yeah, okay. I didn't think I'd see her again. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Ew. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness. The instant Lana stabbed Detective Guma with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Dark investigation. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister. The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Yeah, you'd think after doing such a good job they'd be promoted like the way Lana was. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean? Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it weren't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from the shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Star. That's why. I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how can he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last. finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Dang. Like, wow. Okay, thank you. Let's keep moving, because we wanted to talk to, I wanted to go back to talk to Gumshoe's not there. Oh shit, okay. Okay, nothing for you either. Maybe I missed something with, Edgeworth. Oh, where am I going? The maneuver can be frustrating with, like, a bunch of things. I think later in the games it just allows you to move everywhere from anywhere. I'm not sure if that's actually true or not, but... Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa! Wow, I just saw it. So, look at the King of Prosecutors trophy. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Wow, there's a bunch of things in this picture that are different than what should be. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? That trophy Mr. Marshall is holding, it's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Okay, well, I guess we're talking some more. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard the story? Is that true? That's really cool, actually. Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Oh, cool. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Objection! Yeah. Those claims contradict each other. You're so into it, Phoenix. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. I like that. That's cool. Is that a real story, or was that made for this game? Because I like that. Oh, I see. So the chipped knife and chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. Oh, that's cool. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant. King of Prosecutors trophy updated. Cool. I wonder if that triggered anything, because that's the thing about these types of games. You got to do enough to trigger the rest of the kind of thing. Because I know I'm supposed to give Gumshoe the letter of resignation. There we go. So they purposely removed him so that I couldn't do it out of order. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admit your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene of the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. And let's give him the resignation letter. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective.
That's it. I've made up my mind.
But...
Here, take my ID card.
We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated.
What?
So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
All right, Detective. Thank you. Gumshoe's ID, a police department ID, allows access to areas of the PD open to detectives. Let's actually look at it. I want to see... Whoops, sorry. I want to see what his ID number is. It's definitely not 777, even though it's blurred there. Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face, even though he's looking right here with us. Look, his eyes are half shut. Yeah, and his mouth is half open. Hey, each of his shirt buttons is off a notch. And he's got the narrow end of his tie in front. I think this goes beyond being a photogenic issue. So we don't find out his number, though. Oh, whatever. But it's not 777. You can tell. Just by the whole, like the blurry numbers. It clearly doesn't look like 777. Alright, here we are. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Click. Beep. Oh, it's... Wow. What... It's got a lot of cool things to look at, too. It's got a crystal ball, too. We're in! If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner.
If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out.
Eek!
Gah!
Slap. I always like how it cuts back to her looking really sorry. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost.
Ah, Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that?
I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too.
If you're here, then what's the point of giving us your ID card? Gumshoe ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket.
Hey, don't do that to my card.
I mean, that's true. Kind of mean there. Right.
I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now.
You really do want to get fired, don't you?
Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out.
Got a bad feeling about this. Should we talk to him? Yeah, I guess so. That desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Oh, that makes sense. That's very, like Lana Sky. Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene.
That's a strange reason to leave it there.
He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. Just picture that. Why, hello, boys. Let's go swimming. Go get some KFC. I'll be the colonel.
I don't know. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk?
No one except Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who's in here each morning.
Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you... Whoops, that's Gumshoe.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it?
Why do you ask?
You don't think? Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Now then, let's look around a bit more.
Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy.
Huh? What is it?
When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go like that.
Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you?
You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you?
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come down to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet.
There you go, ignoring me again.
We're not ignoring you, let's examine stuff. So this is Gant's office, and then over here, you have Lana's. See this cool picture. These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey, this is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Aw, she's remembering the good times. It makes me sad. The picture, of course. This was taken on that day 2 years ago, the day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma.
After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here, then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think?
This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here?
No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of the partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of.
Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime?
They got this gigantic friggin' pipe organ. The Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. That could mean something very different. Occasionally, we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department.
That's on the 2nd floor. This is the 15th floor of an entirely different building.
When a detective screws up, the Chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours.
What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. Actually, I like organ music, to be really honest, but not for hours.
After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears.
So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the Chief's ears affected?
He never listens to anyone anyway.
That's besides the point. Alright, now on his side, there's a lot to look at. There's a safe here. And like any Phoenix Wright game, like if there's a safe, you're gonna have to go into it and there's gonna be something to do with it. It's, oh, what is that, Chekhov's gun, I think? If you're writing a story and you point out that there's a gun in the room, then, like, sometime in the story that gun needs to have been shot. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of having it? So this is a safe. Chekhov's gun would state that sooner or later, in this case, we're gonna have to open it.
Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue.
Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. I wonder if we'll use the fingerprinting stuff to find out what buttons we pressed. A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is. Input number!
Do you know what it is?
I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date. It's...
And next episode, we'll try our luck with this safe code. I'm PhilInTheBlanks. See you guys next level. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to know when the next episode is up. If you want to support my channel, share some videos with some friends and consider supporting me on Patreon.